Hello, I'm Lynda Kinkade. Welcome to CNN Newsroom. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro's most powerful opponent has just been removed from office. The country's new Constituent Assembly voted to oust Attorney General Luisa Ortega just a short time ago. Government troops had surrounded Ortega's office to keep her from entering. Leyla Santiago joins us now live from Caracas. A huge development, Leyla. The Attorney General rejected the election because of voting fraud. Now she's been removed from office. What are you learning?
Well, you know, in the first day of session for this Constituent Assembly, they moved forward on their promises to make swift and bold decisions quickly. It was a unanimous vote to remove Luisa Ortega from the Attorney General's office. The crowd actually of constituents cheered when this was announced. And this is a move that many from the opposition feared, that President Maduro, the Constituent Assembly, would begin to move against, take action against its political opponents. And here's why she is a key figure. She was actually once one of the government supporters and then recently spoke out against the government, saying that this was a dictatorship, that they were not respecting liberty and democracy. So the fact that they are moving forward, taking her out of office. They've also said that she is not allowed to leave the country, that her assets are frozen, and they have put their own person, Tarek William Saab, in that place to move forward with possibly in the future prosecuting political opponents is a big move of what may be to come, Lynda.
And Leyla, some of Venezuela's neighboring countries are discussing what the international community can do. What sort of sanctions are being discussed? What could Venezuela face?
Listen, a lot of people have already spoken out against the election, that Ortega was calling for an investigation, calling it fraudulent, given that there was a discrepancy in the number of people who voted. We're also starting to see consideration on behalf of the United States for oil sanctions. They have not moved forward with that. That could have repercussions on both sides, here in Venezuela as well in the United States. But as an international community as a whole, we've heard from more than 40 countries speak out against this. That is what the opposition is hoping will be enough to make the change that they want. But the government, President Maduro, the leader of the Constituent Assembly, and those tied to them have repeatedly said, not just today, not just this week, but all along, have said we will not bow down to international pressure, and there will be no interference in what the government wants, because for them, this is about sovereignty.
Leyla, Venezuela is an oil-rich nation, but for months and months and months, the people there have been suffering with food shortages and medicine shortages, as you've witnessed. What is it going to take for people there to get some relief?
That's a very good question, and that obviously depends on who you ask. The government says that this Constituent Assembly is what it will take, but this economy is crumbling. When you see the inflation rates, when you see just people on the streets, as we have seen them digging through trash, patients who can maybe get medical attention but not medical supplies as they may need them. So that's actually why, when I spoke to someone from the Trump administration, they called consideration of oil sanctions a double-edged sword, because it is something that could certainly have an impact on the government, could certainly maybe put enough pressure to call for some change, but it is also something that could continue to hurt this collapsing economy and could possibly, some would say, hurt more the people of Venezuela.
Yeah, it certainly is a double-edged sword. Leyla Santiago in Caracas, thank you very much.